Hey everyone, I'm taking a look at the new Nominating Contract pack on eFootball. As always, I'll put timestamps in the description for each player. So if you want to hear about particular players, click the description, there'll be a link to take you straight to them. So it's the usual deal. We've got 8 players in here, and we've got 6 5-stars, and we've got 2 4-stars who can't be used in the league challenge. Hooray! So let's start with one of those. We'll start with the lowest rated, shall we? Or should we start with Doué's brother? I didn't know he had a brother, to be honest. So we've got Guela Doué, who plays for Chelsea Reserves in France. He does not have a face scan. He's a defensive fullback. And skill-wise, they've chucked a few new skills in here. So they've added man marking, blocker, and fighting spirit. So he's got a decent set of defensive skills there. Nothing going forward. He is a defensive fullback. Would have been nice to have 1 or 2 passing skills, but you can put skills on these players if you want to, for whatever reason. But yeah, let's get straight over to the hub. Let's train this guy up. So all maxed out. We'll boost him up for the game plan. He's alright. It's not amazing. He's obviously a 4-star. He's not great on the ball. For most people, that's not too important on defensive fullback. Defensively, he's pretty decent pace. Yeah, to be fair, for a 4-star, for a defensive fullback, this guy looks alright, and he does have some decent defensive skills. So lack of a lead challenge goes against him, but in terms of the ability, he definitely could be worse. Yeah, we've actually had one previous highlight version of this guy, which is a bit better, but this one's got more skills with the skills they've added. And yeah, from his GP guide, I boost his pace, his defending. A few more of his athletic stats, really. Virtually nothing going forward, but 2 on tight possession, that's about it, really. And of course, they'd take him 1 or 2 points off his heading and jumping, because all players get worse at heading and jumping whenever they get a highlight guard or a player of the week or whatever. But yeah, solid 4-star defensive right back, really. Obviously, he's not amazing. I'd like him to be a little bit better on the ball. A bit more acceleration would be nice. But yeah, I don't think I'll do a great deal with the way the points are allocated. I'll leave him around about where he is for defending, aerial. You could maybe nick 1 from lower body, no, just acceleration up a bit. Could you get acceleration to 90? You could. I mean, if you're happy enough with these stats down there, if the technical's not been too high, you could nick a few points from there. Maybe just do that. Nudge the acceleration to 90. Is that going to make a massive difference? Not really, but it's nice to hit that 90 mark. I'd be tempted to do that myself if I was going for that kind of build. If you do like a more attacking fullback, I mean, obviously you can't really make him an attacking fullback. As I covered when I did a video ages ago on instructions and stuff to manipulate playing styles. If you put attacking on a fullback, they'll just bomb forward constantly. A lot more attacking than an attacking fullback. I'm not sure you could really do a build to make him, to make him more suitable for that kind of a role, because I don't think you can make him good enough on the ball. No, you can't really. You can certainly make him better, but you lose a bunch of the defensive and physicals there. It's not really worth it. I'm just going to go towards the allocation there. I don't think there's a great deal more I want to say on this guy, to be honest, because certainly as a right back anyway, because as I just showed you there, I don't think you can make him much for an attacking fullback. He's definitely going to be a defensive fullback, and I think for a 4-star contract, he's a solid one, to be fair. The lack of a lead change means there's limited opportunities to use him, really, but if you're really lacking defensive fullback options, you really like that playing style, you don't have many good right backs, he could certainly do a job for you. He looks solid enough. And then we just got a couple of other positions we can cover there. I don't think right midfield is going to be one he's going to particularly excel in. Let's just auto allocate for right mid, see what happens. Yeah, not a lot. Not very good as a right midfielder at all, and he's not got any skills, when he goes forward either. But could be a sneaky centre back. He's 6'1", so he's just about tall enough. We'll auto allocate first. Maybe at a stretch. You'd need to use position trainers to make him fully proficient. He's only semi-proficient there. Yeah, I don't know. Defensively pretty strong. Obviously, the awareness is just shy of 90. Be nice to hit 90 mark. You're there or thereabouts. The pace is all right. The physical and aerial side of things a little bit lacking. You need a few skills. Is it worth trying to make this guy a sneaky centre back? Nah, probably not. I don't think it is for the majority of people, unless you got a real, if you really like this guy in real life for some reason. So yeah, at a stretch, maybe he's a sneaky centre back, but yeah, 1 or 2 slight concerns, the physicality and 1 or 2 skills needed. But certainly as a right back, I'll go back to auto allocation to finish. Is he amazing? No. But is he good value for a 4-star contract? Yeah, if you like a defensive fullback, I think he could be pretty solid one. I think he could certainly be worse. It's just a lack of a lead change goes against him. And obviously, if you don't like a defensive fullback, for me personally, I like attacking fullback, so it's not really for me. But if a defensive fullback is what you like, that playing style and that kind of profile, I think he's solid enough for a 4-star contract, so he could be a decent option. So yeah, not going to be for everyone, this guy, but if he does suit you, the overall profile and stuff, yeah, for a 4-star contract, that guy's not bad at all. And next we have Rasmus Højlund, Rasmus Højlund's brother. So got a face scan, plays for Frankfurt. They've obviously got some kind of partnership now. He's a box-to-box centre mid. Looks like the first version of Adam. I thought we had a version of this guy at one point, but I must have been mistaken. I can't see him on eFootball Hub. Skill-wise, again, got a couple thrown in, so outside curler and blocker. On the whole, he's got probably most of the most important skills you need for a box-to-box centre mid, but he is lacking through passing. Through passing would be a really important addition there. Fighting spirit would be very nice as well. So yeah, the two skills I'd really like in this guy: through passing and fighting spirit. Apart from that, he's got a bunch of pretty decent ones, to be fair. But let's go train him up on the hub. Let's see how good he is. He's only a 4-star again, so my expectations are pretty low. Again, he could be worse. He could be worse. I mean, the passing's good. On the ball, he's fairly tidy. Attacking awareness is horrific. They put no points in his attacking awareness. He's had a pretty decent boost from his GP card in most areas, really, but they put 0 points in his attacking awareness, which I think is a little bit harsh considering it's awful. But yeah, that's a concern. Defensively, he's not strong. Could be worse, but yeah, he's not going to be too great defensively. He's not got too much physical strength. Remember, he's not got fighting spirit either. Decent pace for centre mid. Balance could be better. Stamina's good. Yeah, mixed bag really. He got a few good stats and a few that aren't quite where you probably want them to be. Could he shuffle a few points around? Yeah. I'm not sure quite how much we can improve him really. There's not a lot of points to spare. I mean, I think a fair few people would say that you could dip down to sort of 87, 88 low pass. This is fully boosted, remember. If you did do that, you go down to 8 on passing there. Leave his low pass 87. That's freed up 9 points. You keep more physical strength. What else could you do? Not a great deal. A bit more dexterity. Get the bounce over 80. A bit more attacking awareness maybe. Yeah, you can't make him great. Obviously, he is a 4-star, and so that's the reason why. But as an all-rounder, he's all right. But again, you know, is it worth putting skills on a 4-star that you can't use in the league challenge? Probably not. It's not the best use of skill trainers. So yeah, he's a little bit lacking. He's probably not quite as appealing as Doué. But he could do a job for you. He could be worse. He's certainly not going to be the strongest defensively or physically, but he's technically pretty sound. He does have some good skills, even if he's lacking 1 or 2 important ones. In terms of other positions, wonder if you can make him a wide man. Is it worth the position trainers? Hell no. I mean, he could do worse, but yeah, has he got enough? He's not a great dribbler. Not great crossing. Yeah, he's not going to be much of a wide man, is he? Attacking mid. Attacking mid's a maybe, but the attacking awareness is awful for an attacking mid. The finishing's not great. Yes, you can make him pretty tidy on the ball, and I mean, it's always surprised me the auto allocation on attacking mid doesn't go higher on low pass. Yeah, I don't know about attacking mid. In fact, I'll take a bit off lower body there maybe. Is there anything we can do really on this guy? Yeah, I'm not impressed with an attacking mid. That's not going to be worth the position trains at all, or the skill trains, because you need through passing him, 1 or 2 others. Yeah, that's not happening. Defensive mid, not expecting much. Nah, you can improve him defensively from his auto allocation as a centre mid, but still not brilliant for a DMF. The physical strength as well is a bit lacking. We've lost a bunch off the ball there. Yeah, don't fancy it. I don't think it's an amazing card. As a centre mid, I'll leave him on auto allocation there. He's needing 1 or 2 skills, which I don't think it's worth putting on him unless you've got some real attachment to this guy. Obviously, if you really love this guy in real life for whatever reason, then it could be a fun one to put skills on him and use him and stuff, because he's not a bad one stat-wise. He's solid enough, but he is a 4-star. Like I say, the attacking awareness is awful. Defensively and physically a bit lacking. Balance a bit lacking. So there's a bunch of stats could do with being a bit higher. It does need 1 or 2 important skills as well, but you could do worse. Like I say, if you've got some real attachment to this guy, it could be a fun one to pick up. Otherwise, yeah, if you're desperate for sentiments, maybe he's not a bad one for a 4-star, but he's not an amazing one. So yeah, if you're lacking options, maybe for a 4-star, but I don't think too many people are going to be too excited to pick this card up. This guy, on the other hand, I reckon a lot of people will be quite excited to pick up. So this guy seems to be quite popular. He's one of these midfielders with long legs. That seems to be flavour of the month with a lot of people on eFootball these days. So it's a box-to-box centre mid. You can use him in the Italian League Challenge, so you can use this guy in a League Challenge. Got a few positions. You can play him wide left if you want, but mainly a centre mid or DMF. And skill-wise, have they changed anything? Yeah, they've added through passing. Big addition. So very good skill to have on a centre mid, through passing or one touch and through. You got a few other decent ones on the ball and stuff, but defensively, yeah, you got interception, sliding tackle. I would like fighting spirit. I'm surprised he's not got that. You can use him as a DMF. I'd like man marking and blocker as well. So maybe he's one or two skills needed, but through passing is a very nice addition. But let's train him up. How good is Thuram? Where is the hub? The hub is right there. And Thuram is pretty decent. Yeah, so yeah, like as I mentioned, he's got those long legs. A lot of people really rate players with long legs. I'm not too bothered personally, but yeah, he is long-legged, and as an all-rounder, he's looking pretty solid. Again, the attacker-wise isn't great for a 5-star. One to the 5 stars now. And we've had a few versions of Khéphren Thuram. We've had a previous Nominating Contract card. This one's pretty similar to that one. Overall, it's pretty similar, but this one looks better, to be honest, when I look at the stats. We've had another highlight that's slightly better than this one. We've had that Champions League Player of the Week card as well. That was a bit better overall. The stats are shuffled around on this one. Depending on how you train him, tends to have better low pass and tackling, both of which are significant stats. So yeah, it's a solid version of Khéphren Thuram. This he's actually lost 1 point off his attacking as compared to his GP card. Like, why? Why would you make one of his weakest stats one weaker? Do something that makes sense, Konami. Anyway, they boosted him a bit on the ball. Low passes up by 1. Hooray! That's really going to make a huge difference. Defending and right column had a bit of a boost, and through passing down as well. So yeah, it's a nice boost overall. I'd have liked a few points on attacking wares, to be honest. Bit of a shame they've not done that, but I guess they don't want to make these cards too good, do they? But yeah, he's pretty solid overall. He's alright on the ball, good passing. Defensively, he can do his share of defensive work, but you know, tackling 80, defensive work 78, not great. So you're gonna need at least one, maybe 2 other midfielders taking on the bulk of the defensive responsibilities. Got a bit of pace, speed 89. Bounce is a bit iffy. He's a big tall guy. I guess he can't complain too much. Bit of physical strength on him though, and pretty good stamina. Yeah, he's gonna be a solid one. Solid all round in the middle of the park. It's not an elite level card by any means, but pretty solid. In terms of shuffling points around them, in the shooting's not great. I'll take 1 point of shooting because it's not going to make a lot of difference. You can nick at least one of passing easily. Would you get a bit more balance? We've freed up 4 points. You can there's nothing on aerial actually. You might as well go up to 90 physical contact. There you go. That's easy. I would do that. Make him even stronger. Something he's already good at, but make him even stronger. That for me is an easy trade there. I would just do that, I think, as an all-rounder centre midfielder, and that looks pretty decent to me. I think the stats look fairly strong, not amazing, but the kind of physical profile that a lot of people really like on a player like Thuram, I think will boost him a bit. I think it'll be a very appealing card to a lot of people. In terms of other positions, if you want to make him, we'll do DMF first. Actually, let's just auto-allocate DMF and just see what that does. Yeah, it could be interesting there. So he's not great on the ball now. Remember, he's a tall guy, bounce isn't great, so his ball carrying is not going to be too great. Passing still reasonable, but defensively he's looking reasonably strong there. He's got that physical strength there, just like we just nudged it up. Still got a decent kind of pace. Stamina's all right. Yeah, as a DMF, I would think more in a double pivot. Could be fairly strong, but as I mentioned before we go over to the hub, lacking a few skills, fighting spirit, man marking, blocker. If you're going to make them DMF, I'll give them those skills. I think they're very important ones. But yeah, in some kind of double pivot could be alright. Keep in mind the playing style box to box, as I found on when I tested out players at DMF. I've done 1 or 2 videos on play styles and stuff. They don't move around too much, DMFs, no matter what the playing style is. A box to box will make forward runs though. So if you want him to be an out and out DMF like an Anchorman, you'd have to put defensive on him. But even without it, he won't get forward too much. He will have a fair amount of discipline positionally. And yeah, he could be solid enough there. But in whatever, regardless of playing style, some kind of double pivot or whatever, could be an option DMF. And then AMF, let's also allocate that, see what happens. So again, it's similar to when we were looking at Højlund, really the attacking wares isn't going to cut it for me as an attacking mid. The shooting's bad. Yes, he's got a bit of that bonus of a bit of defensive ability and physicality, which you don't always get on an AMF, but is it worth position training for that? You need to give him probably, maybe he's 1 or 2 skills, I don't know. He's got some pretty good skills for an attacker mid, to be fair. Soul control, double touch, and you've got low shooting. I mean, his shooting's been bad though. Hell trick, why have they still not corrected that? 1 touch and through. Yeah, you could do a job AMF, but yeah, I don't think it's worth the position trainers. I think he's better off as an all-rounder in the middle, to be honest, maybe some kind of DMF. You can't put him on the left, you can position train him for right as well, for right midfield. If you're going to make him a wide man, let's just do that one manually. I don't trust these auto allocations. So he's already got decent pace with this build. I'm going to leave that there at 8 for each of lower body and dexterity. And I'm going to nick some I mean, I was going to have some from passing, but where do you need to put them, really? Bit more pace, maybe? Don't know. I don't think it's worth betting any on shooting, to be honest. His shooting's going to be terrible no matter what. So we can free up 8 points there. Let's just get his speed up to 90. Although he does need that balance and attacking man. So yeah, he needs some dexterity. We'll do that. And the last two will stick an aerial. Is that an appealing wide midfielder to you? I don't know. He could be alright. He could definitely do a job. Is it worth the position trainers? Not sure. He would be a box-to-box at wide midfield. If you play him on the right as a right footer, his crossing would be terrible. I think if you're going to make him a wide midfielder, he's already so efficient on the left, you're going to make him left mid or left wing forward. Bit of pace, pretty tidy on the ball. Unusual for a winger to have the kind of physical profile, the kind of size and strength of this guy. That could be a positive. Is it enough of a positive to make him good out wide when he can't shoot to save his life? The attacking race is quite poor. I don't know. It could be an option for some people, maybe, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure I see many people doing that. I think this guy is certainly going to be a centre mid or defensive mid for most people, and a big physical presence, bit of an all-rounder in the middle of the park. And yeah, I'll just leave an auto allocation there. He could do with 1-2 skills. I would start with fighting spirits as a centre midfielder. As a DMF, he does also need man marking blocker, in my opinion. But yeah, he's going to appeal to a lot of people with that physical profile, and the stats are pretty solid. It's not an amazing card, but it's definitely a good one. I think it's going to be one of the more appealing ones in this pack, I think, for at least for your Italian League squads. But just in general for some people as well. It could be a solid, big physical dude in the middle of the park. Not a bad one, that. And next we have Rasmus Højlund. So we've had a fair few versions of this guy. Got a face guy. He's a goal post centre forward playing for Napoli this season. Don't know if he's going to stay there. He's on loan, I think. I don't know if there's an obligation to buy. But yeah, there's been a lot of Højlund cards. You might have one already, but you might have one that's Man U. So you might have one you can use in the English League Challenge. This one you can use in the Italian League Challenge. That's something you might want to keep in mind. Again, skill-wise, a couple of changes. So they're just throwing a couple in. Long range curler and outside curler. So yeah, a couple of nice additions there. Long range curler is definitely a good one to have in any kind of forward. We've got some good skills for a striker. First time shot, accurate finishing, dipping shot, chip shot control, which works now. Yeah, some pretty good ones. As is always the case for him, it would be nice if he had heading and aerial because he's a big dude, 6'3". He's quite physically strong. We'll see that in a sec when we train him up. Let's go to the hub and do exactly that. Max him out, give him his manager boost. So yeah, I mean, he's not that strong physically, actually. He's definitely had 1 or 2 stronger than that before, but yeah, for a goal poacher, he's got that kind of profile of a kind of big, physically strong guy, but who also has a bit of pace and he earns some finishing and decent. So, yeah, it's a slightly uncommon profile. You don't get that many big, physically strong goal poachers, and that is what he is. It's not the best Højlund card. We've had a whole bunch of Rasmus Højlund cards, highlights, player of the weeks, and a bunch of them are at least slightly better than this one. So it's not the most exciting version of them, to be honest. The left column's had a decent boost right there down to finishing, although they've taken 4 points off set piece taking, apparently. Not sure why they've done that. It looks like they've taken a point off heading and jumping as well. Hooray. Why? Why do they keep doing weird things? A couple of points in his kicking power, physical contact, but nothing else really down the right hand side. Yeah, so it's not the most exciting version of Højlund, really. It's just a Højlund card. If you don't have a version of him, or if you've only got an English League version, it could be a handy one. He could definitely do a job. But yeah, it's not the most exciting version. But in the most important areas, he is at least good enough. You know, you might want it to be 90 plus awareness and finishing and speed as well, but he's close enough. He's got 90 kicking power. That will make a difference with his shooting. Got a bit of physical strength, but yeah, for a guy who's big and physically strong, he is rubbish in the air. Heading 70, jumping 67, no heading or aerial superiority skills. His balance is a bit poor. He's not great on the ball, and he can't pass the ball. So yeah, a bit of a mixed bag. The most important areas, pretty decent. Other areas, not great. So could he do much with the way his points are allocated? I don't know. I mean, the most points have been allocated to dexterity and shooting. I wouldn't want to go low on those. I don't think it's worth trying to beef him up in other areas, to be honest. I would just leave him where he is. I mean, it'd be nice to make him a bit better on the ball, but where are you going to get those points? I mean, it's 1 on goalkeeper 1. Why should they do that on a striker? Just put it on passing. Surely that's more important. But yeah, let's just see if we can make him better on the ball. That's just about the only thing you can really do, I think, realistically. There's just no points to spare from anywhere, really, are there? Is that worth doing? I'm not sure it is, to be honest. What am I even doing? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just about leaving an auto allocation. Yeah, I'm not going to say much more on him, to be honest. It's not the best version of Højlund. It's not the most exciting one. But a couple of nice skills been added, and he could definitely do a job for you. It could be an option for your Italian league squad. But yeah, I don't think there's a great deal you can do in terms of the build, because there's not a lot of points to spare from where most of the points have been allocated. But yeah, I don't want to sound negative. He can definitely do a job for you in the most important areas. He's pretty strong. You know, he's got a bit of pace, awareness, finishing, a little bit of physical strength, and he's got some kicking power behind his shots. He's got the most important skills for a goal poacher, so could definitely do a job for you as a goal poacher, especially for your Italian League Challenge squads. Beyond that, though, yeah, I don't know, just an all right 5-star striker, really, and compared to other Højlund cards, it might not be the worst, but it's not the best. It's not the most exciting one, but it could do a job if it's the kind of striker you want, especially for your Italian League squads. Next, we come to Sergej Milinković-Savić. We've had him in a Nominating Contract pack previously. I think that was that a year ago? Less than that? It seems quite recent. And now we've got him again. So that's a bit of a boring choice, I guess. But yeah, if you've been playing the game for, you know, if you just recently started playing the game, I guess you might have missed out on the chance to sign him last time, probably. But most of us won't have done. So yeah, not the most interesting choice, but got a face scan. That looks really out of date now. He's had a little beard for a long time, hasn't he? Whole player centre mid. Unwavering form, no league challenge for him. Skill wise, they've added through passing, I think. If they, yeah, through passing is new. What have they removed? Scotch removed. We can live without that. So yeah, through passing is a nice addition. He usually lacks that. Outside of that, it's everything going forward. He's a very attack-minded centre mid, obviously. In terms of doing any amount of defensive work, he's going to be lacking. We'll see what the stats are like. They don't look too bad, but we'll see what the stats are like in a second. But yeah, going forward, you know, on the ball, a bit of passing and shooting. He's very attack-minded. I think most people see this guy as more of an AMF, but yeah, let's go get him trained up. Let's see how good he actually is. And he's... yeah, he's all right. It looks kind of similar to the last one. So, you know, we've had a couple of better versions of Milinković-Savić. We've had a Showtime, obviously, that's better. He's had one highlight that's a bit better, at least one. There's a bunch that look like they're around about the same as this one, really. He's had a previous Nominating Contract card, as I mentioned. That one was... let me just... So yeah, the previous one had better dribbling and attacking awareness, but this one's a bit better defensively. Great. That's really not great. I prefer the old one. So yeah, it's about the same as the previous Nominating Contract one, but I prefer the old one because, like I say, it's got a bit more attacking awareness and dribbling, which I think for the majority of people are going to be more important than this guy than a little bit of a defensive boost. But yeah, compared to Sleepy Card, pretty nice booster on most stats. Really, just I don't think he's got quite as favourable a profile as as that previous one. In terms of how you're going to use him, as we saw with the skills, there's no defensive skills there. The defensive stats are a bit better than the previous version of him, but yeah, I think they're pretty much at the kind of level that would be okay for a centre mid whole player, really, because a whole player is going to be bombing forward quite a bit. You know, you're not going to use a whole player and expect him to do too much defensive work. So for the play style he's got, the kind of profile he's got, yeah, the defensive stats are around about where you'd expect them to be, really, but he's not going to be too great defensively. You will need at least one midfielder behind him, probably two, doing all at least the majority of the defensive work. But it's going to depend how you use him. One good thing with a centre mid highlight card, if you're going to use him as an attacking mid, is that centre mids on auto allocation, a bunch of points, 12 points to be exact, go on to defending, because the first 4 are 1 each, the next 4 2 each. If you take all those away, in fact, just to rule out DMF, because you can make him a DMF, but I'll just show you very quickly. Yeah, you can't make him a great DMF. I mean, you can make him all right, to be fair, actually. It could be worse, but yeah, even fully boosted there, with that boost on his defending stats, tackling 81, defensive awareness 80. You need to give him a bunch of defensive skills. I don't think he's going to be too great as any kind of DMF, but if you're going to make him more attacking, so we'll go to auto allocation AMF. See if we take all his points off defending, he looks a bit more favourable. Still doesn't look too great. I'd like attacking awareness to be 80 plus on a whole player. Obviously the balance is poor. He's a big tall dude, 6'3". Yeah, he's not looking as great as I was expecting. Actually, that previous one was a bit better. With the dribbling and attacking awareness, that does make a difference, actually. If you got that previous one and you like him to play in that kind of a remotely attacking role, yeah, look away now. This isn't going to be the version of him for you, but just seeing if we can... I mean, you can nudge his attacking awareness up to 80, but I would like to get that passing up as well, and I don't think we can unless we take maybe some lower body away. That might be the way. Struggling a bit. Struggling. You can just about hit 90 low pass. I mean, not everyone feels like they need to go that high, but I'd like it to be a 90. That's the mark I like to aim for. Yeah, you can make him fairly tidy as an attacking mid. He's not going to be the smoothest dribbler. As a big tall guy, he's a little bit clunky, but he's got a bit of end product, as you've seen with the skills there. And yeah, looks alright as an attacking mid. If he didn't get that previous one, he could definitely be alright for you. He could be a pretty good attack minus centre midfielder. Could certainly be a tidy attacking midfielder with that whole player playing style. I think it's worth nudging the attacking awareness up a bit. He can get these technicals to a decent level. We lost a bit of speed though, and a bit of kicking power from his shots. But yeah, he looks alright. He's an alright version of Milinković-Savić, but like I say, if you got the previous version, I think it's better. He's not quite as good defensively, but you got more dribbling and attacking awareness than that previous one, and that does make a difference to me. But yeah, if you didn't get the previous one, it could be a solid one. Just not the most exciting one, and the fact that we've had him in a Nominating Contract pack, I'm sure it was less than a year ago now, just makes this for me a really boring choice. But it's not a bad card, but yeah, I just don't think too many people can be that excited for it. A lot of us, if we wanted him, would have picked up the previous one. There's no league change for him as well, so yeah, a few things that go against this version of him, but that's not to say it's a bad card. I just don't think there are too many people who are going to be too excited to pick him up, to be honest. His brother, on the other hand, I think will be a popular one. So Vanja Milinković-Savić, who plays now for Napoli, you can use him in the Italian League Challenge. Got a face scan, got a majestic beard. He's an attacking goalie. He's about 17 feet tall. His arms are about 4 meters long. Low punt, high punt, long throw. Let's just get to it. Let's go train this guy up. How good are you, Vanya? This, I think, is going to be one of the more popular cards in this pack, if not the most popular. So as I mentioned with the arm coverage, you see they're 185.4. He's massive, and his arms are massive. He's got tremendous coverage of his goal. And yeah, the stats don't look too amazing. This is fully boosted, but with the physical profile he's got, he's going to be really good. That goalkeeper awareness is fantastic. We can easily nudge that down and balance him out a bit. So we'll do exactly that. We have had Vanya cards in the past. We had a bunch of Player of the Week cards, had a bunch of highlights. I've got his Showtime card, which is better than this one, thankfully. Otherwise, I'd have to jump out the window because I had to spin, I think it was 149 times for that card. Ouch. Getting PTSD now just thinking about it. But yeah, we've had a Showtime that was better. I've had a highlight that was better. But this is a pretty good version. It's better than most of his previous cards, or at least as good as most of his previous cards. And his awareness and reflexes have had a bit more of a boost than the rest of his stats, which is good. And I've obviously taken a few points off the kicking power, jump and physical contact because he's a goalkeeper, and that's what they do for no logical reason whatsoever. But yeah, I'm just going to leave goalkeeper awareness at 90 and just see what we can do elsewhere. I mean, you can get all the 3 most important ones to 90 plus, and we've still got 5 points to play with. Yeah, this is a nice card. I would probably personally do that. Thing is, you don't really need the reach so much. So personally, I'd be tempted to just nudge that down a bit. And then you could even, hang on a minute. I'd be quite tempted to do that, you know. That last point, just stick it on, probably passing. I'd be tempted to do that. Get the awareness and reflexes both to 92. Reach down to 87, but he's absolutely huge. You don't need that much reach on him. So to nudge his awareness and reflexes up, I personally think that could be a decent build. The catching and parrying are dodgy. That is always a concern, but the most important thing is being able to get behind the shots in the first place and keep him out. He's going to be really good at that. I've got either the first or the second Player of the Week version of him, and even that one, the stats weren't great, but just because he was so massive, he stopped so many shots. He was really good, and now I've got the Showtime version, which is ridiculous. So yeah, this one obviously isn't good as a Showtime, but you know, comparing to the old Player of the Weeks and highlights I've had of him, it's a good version of Milinković-Savić. You look at the stats at a glance, they don't look that amazing, but you factor in that physical profile, I think it could be amazing. I think it could be a really solid one. I think this is, as I mentioned, I think this is going to be one of the more popular ones in this pack. Physical profile, super important for keepers, and the stats are solid. So this, for me, looks like a really good goalie card. Could be a really good option for a lot of people's Italian league squads. Whether you do a build like I've done there, or whether you go something like the auto allocation, or you just try and get as many to 90 plus as you can. It's nice to get to around that mark. I think that could be a nice solid build for a lot of people. Good, slightly better parrying there, but yeah, depends which way you want to do it. But whichever way you want to do it, I'll just leave one auto allocation now. I don't think much more needs saying. It's a goalie. The stats are pretty solid, but he's got a tremendous physical profile. He's not going to be on the level of the kind of, you know, the top keepers, the paid ones and so on, but he's not going to be a million miles away because of the physical profile. So yeah, this for me is going to be a popular one in this pack. I think a lot of people are going to use a fire style in this guy, and he's going to be a really, really good solid option for a lot of people's Italian League squads. The only reason I'm not going to get him is because I got the Showtime version. So yeah, I think this could be a very popular card. This stats aren't amazing, but the physical profile makes him a very good goalie overall. And that could be a pretty nice pickup for a 5-star contract. And next is Marcus Thuram. We have had a lot of Marcus Thuram cards. Did we need another one? No, but we've got one anyway. You've got a goal poacher version. He's not always been a poacher. He's been a dummy runner. He's been a target man. He's got unwavering form these days. He's not always had unwavering form as well. So yeah, if you've got a version of him already, a few things to keep in mind before you get into just the the stats and the ability. You might have one that's got inconsistent form. You might have one with a different playing style. But yeah, got a goal poacher version this time. And they've just made one change here. They've taken out chop turn and they've replaced it with a long range curler. So another nice change there. He's got some good skills. Surprised he's not got aerial superiority, to be honest, but he's got a heading, a few good shooting skills there. Yeah, good set of skills on him. Let's go train him up, see how good it is. Like I say, I've had a lot of Marcus Thuram cards. Not sure we needed another one. I'm sure we've had him in another one we've had in the Nominating Contract pack not too long ago. Forget what pack that was. I think they had like a blue background on it, but it's getting fully boosted. Yeah, it looks like it's a solid version of him. He's had a Showtime card, Thuram. I got that on at least one of my accounts. I think I got it when I spammed for Vanja actually. Obviously a Showtime card is better than this one. Apart from that, it's kind of middle of the road really. We've had better cards, we've had worse cards. It's all right. It might come down to the playing style. Like I say, you might have a dummy runner version, you might have a target man. It just depends on what you prefer in terms of the playing style. But yeah, it's an all right version of Thuram, but similar to Højlund really. It's just not that exciting a version, and I'm not sure it's something many people particularly needed. So yeah, he's had a decent boost from his GP card. A lot of the stats down the left and right columns been boosted. According to eFootball, they've boosted his goalkeeper awareness by 1, but that's a lie, they haven't. And yeah, they're giving him long range curler. Is there much we can do with the way he's been built here? You can nick one off dexterity maybe. Can we get that shooting up to 90? That's the thing. Always 1 on goalkeeper 1, excellent. Oh, that's why I think his goalkeeper awareness got boosted by 1. We need couple of points on nicking from aerial. Shooting 90, there you go. He's suddenly amazing. Yeah, if you like hitting that 90 mark, you could do that. But again, similar to Højlund, you've got a big, physically strong striker who's just not great on the ball. The most important stats, the pace, awareness, finishing, bit of kicking power, looking pretty decent, got a bit of physical strength, but the balance is poor. Yeah, very similar to Højlund actually in terms of profile. Very similar indeed. Yeah, big physical poacher, and he's all right. He can do a job. Could be a solid option for your Italian League squad. One thing I will say, having had a bunch of Thuram cards, is that he's by no means a great dribbler. He's not the most fluid on the ball, but I would say he plays a little bit above his stats in terms of how he feels on the ball. He feels all right on the ball to me. I've been using him. I got a version of him from, I think, the France pack that had the Griezmann legend card. I might have had another version of him before that, dummy runner, but yeah, he's always been decent for me. I've always liked him in game. He's not as big, not as awkward and clunky as he looks, even though the balance is poor and he doesn't look great in the ball. He does feel alright in the ball, to me at least. So yeah, it could be a tidy one, but like I say, it's just, do you need him? Does anyone not have a Thuram card? I'm not sure. I'm not sure many people do need him. Not the most exciting choice. I seem like I'm saying the same thing every time they release one of these packs. They just put a lot of players in that not many people are going to want. But that's not to say it's a bad card. Same with Højlund, he can definitely do a job. Whether you really nudge up to that 90 mark on finishing or leave more auto allocation, I'm not sure you can make it much better on the ball. If you really wanted to beef up in other areas, going to balance them out a bit. How many points could you really spare? Can you make him better on the ball? Ooh, yeah, you can. Hello. How did I do that? Yeah, that's not bad. Got a few points left, sticking back on aerial. That might not be a bad build, actually. I mean, you can play him wide left as well. Maybe that can be a wide left build as a goal scoring winger. That could be alright for you, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure many people want to use him that way. I mean, he's fully proficient there, apparently. So yeah, that's an option for you. Can we make him even better on the ball? Not really. In fact, yeah, you can actually, yeah. Although you could do it a bit more balanced and acceleration, maybe. So yeah, I don't know. You could do a decent build for wide left. To be fair, it might not be a bad day. Won't have an active playing style. I'm going to cover that soon. I'm back onto those videos. Work on the attacking midfielder one at the moment, but yeah, he could be decent wide left. Maybe he's got long range curl as well. He's cutting in from the left onto his right foot, but we'll just leave on auto allocation. Yeah, similar to Højlund, really very similar profile. He's big. He's physically strong. He's going to be a little bit clunky, not the best on the ball, but the most important stats are at least there or thereabouts. You could definitely do a job for you in your Italian League squads at least. But like I say, it's not the best round card. I've had a bunch of better ones. Might come down to the playing style because he's had a few over the course of time. But yeah, for some people, it could be a very solid striker option for your Italian League squad. But I just don't think that many people are going to be that, going to really need a Marcus Thuram card. And speaking of cards that not many people are going to need, here's your consolation prize if you didn't get Désiré Doué from the penalty game. Because yeah, we had a highlight version, not a highlight version, a Showtime version of Désiré Doué in the penalty game, and this is just the same except it's not a Showtime card, so it's not quite as good. He's not got the Showtime skill, and I just don't think there are many people who are going to need this card. I mean, for sure there are some people who didn't get it from the penalty game, people who just started playing over the last few months, I guess. People who just got really unlucky, I guess, from the penalty game. But yeah, most people already got a better version. So this for me is just a consolation prize and just a bad choice for this pack again. But yeah, we got Doué, roaming flank, same positions as the penalty game, and his GP card, right wing on attack midfield. Roaming flank's an interesting playing style. I do like that playing style. Although as a right footer, I prefer him to be fully proficient on the left. You could train him for that, of course. But yeah, skill-wise, I made one change. Obviously, we've not got Blitz Curler, which is the one this penalty game version has got, I think. We've got first-time shot instead. It's not a bad one to add. They've taken away Scotch move. I think we can live without that. But yeah, you got long-range curler, accurate finishing, first-time shot, one-touch pass and through passing. End product-wise, some good ones there. You got a few decent ones on the ball there for the dribblers. Let's just go train them up, shall we? Where are we? We are on the hub. Max him out, get more boosted, Yeah, he's decent. So to be fair, he's not far away from his Showtime card from the penalty game. He's had another Showtime card that was better than this one. That was in a paid pack, so it's better to be better. But yeah, the one from the penalty game, better than this, a little bit better than this one in terms of the stats. Had a Showtime skill as well. Apart from that, though, it's not many miles away. So yeah, this really feels like a consolation prize, to be honest, for anyone who didn't manage to get that card. Outside of that, their Showtimes, we've had a bunch of highlights and Player of the Week cards. Some very different profiles, especially in Player of the Week. But overall, this is a solid version of Doué, to be fair. It's not a bad one. He's had a pretty good boost from his GP card. Nothing really stands out on the boost. Obviously, I've taken a few points off heading and jumping because why wouldn't you do that? But yeah, solid version of Doué. As you can see, amazing on the ball. He does feel great on the ball in game, unsurprisingly. He's got a bit of end product for a wide man. The attack awareness is alright. I'd like a bit more speed on, to be honest. Acceleration's great. Bit of kicking power behind his shots. A little bit of physical strength. Balance is okay. It's not amazing. And the obvious thing with this guy, if you wanted to beefing his stats up, is you can take some from his dribbling stats there. That's the obvious one. You got one on aerial strength. Do you need that there? That's not the priority, is it? If you wanted to nick a few off these on the ball stats, depends what you want to boost. You want to make his finishing much better. You can get up to 88. Very nice. Passing, I guess, will be the same. Yeah, give him very nice passing for a winger. But yeah, speed for me is the one I'd want boosted. You get a bit of kicking power with it. Very nice. I would be tempted to do that. Got 7 points still, actually. Balance. Let's give him a bit more balance. Yeah, I think that for me is probably what I would do. I'd do something like that. If you just want to make him a great dribbler, then you could maybe just forget about getting that speed a bit. I mean, I don't know. You need speed for dribbling. Maybe take a bit back from dexterity if you wanted to really give him those nice on-the-ball stats. You could do that, yeah. A few ways you could play it. You got the points to shuffle around to make him pretty nice. Just depends on where your priorities lie. End product, dribbling, pace. But yeah, pretty nice version of doing that. Pretty solid. You do have a lot of positions as an attacking midfielder. Let's do this one manually. Let's take a few points back from those on-the-ball ones. Take a bit of low body back or speed, less important as an attacking mid. Can you get that passing to 90 low pass? You can get close enough. You nudge when I shoot and you hit the 90 mark. Yeah, you can make them pretty nice as an attacking mid. Does have a little bit of physical strength. A lot of wingers, when you move into the middle, they can lack physical strength, and that will be important in the middle of the park when you're up against big, strong defensive midfielders. But he's got at least a little bit of physical strength, Doué. He's still got decent pace. Nice on the ball, nice passing. He's got one touch and through, remember. There's awareness some finishing, all right. Yeah, you could use him as an attacking mid. You won't have an active playing style. I'm working on that right now, so that video will be live hopefully in the next week, showing you what attacking midfielders are like when they don't have an active playing style. So yeah, could be a pretty decent option as attacking mid. A bit further forward, if you think you could maybe take the passing down a little bit as an SS. Maybe just beef is shooting up a bit more. Yeah, as an SS could be pretty nice just off the attack. Again, no active playing style, but yeah, it could be pretty decent there. I think for most people, though, you probably want to position train this guy for the left because there's a right footer. Cut in onto his right footer. He's got some shooting skills. The finishing stats decent. Even when you only put 4 in shooting, it's over 80. Cutting off that left wing as a roaming flank would be very nice. I do like the roaming flank playing style. I say it all the time. The way they drift around and take up really interesting positions in central areas, either in the area or kind of outside the area. They'll pick up some really nice positions and yeah, it can be very effective. I do like their playing style. So yeah, even from the right wing can be very decent. But I think particularly from the left, a lot of people would probably prefer to position train him and have him as a roaming flank, drifting off that left wing, cutting inside onto his right foot, and so central areas can be very nice. So he's versatile if you've got a few position trainers. Even without, you've got attacking mid and right wing. And yeah, you got the points to make him pretty decent in a bunch of ways. Just depends what you want to focus on. It's obviously not as good as the one from the penalty game, which most of us have got, which makes this, like I say, another pretty bad choice in my opinion. But if you didn't get that card, this is a nice consolation prize. Wide right, attacking mid, could make him pretty decent one to other areas as well with the position trainers. But yeah, can't use another league challenge, so that goes against him. That is a bit of a shame. Why don't I just add a French league challenge? Come on now. Or just add a challenge where you can choose any team and just build a squad of players from the same team, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, no league challenge, but it's a good version of Doué. Do you need it? Probably not. But if you missed out on the one from the penalty game, it's a solid version of him. Obviously not the best version we've had, but it's a pretty good one. So for some people at least, it could be a pretty nice pickup. So there's your Elite Lineage Nominating Contract pack. It's a pretty boring one in my opinion. I seem to always say the same thing these days. I just think some of the choices of the players they put in there are just really not great. You've got a couple of 4-stars that you can't use in the league challenge. Oscar Højlund's not a great card either way. And then Guela Doué, to be fair, I think for a 4-star is actually a pretty solid defensive right back. But yeah, lack of league challenge for the 2 4-stars. Rasmus Højlund and Marcus Thuram, are they bad cards? No. But they're not the most exciting versions of either of them. And we've had that many versions of them. I don't think they're the best choices of cards to put in this pack. Sergej Milinković-Savić, he was in a nominated contract back not long ago. In terms of overall ability, pretty similar to this one, although this one doesn't quite have as much attacking rates or dribbling. So that for me is another pretty poor choice. And Désiré Doué, how many people didn't get him from the penalty game? Sure, some people haven't been playing the game for long or maybe got really unlucky in the penalty game, but there aren't going to be many people who have any need for that card whatsoever. So yeah, another choice that to me is just, yeah, I don't know. But I will give him credit, these two at least. A nice Vanja card, a nice Khéphren Thuram card. Those two guys I think are going to be very, very popular. I think a lot of people are going to pick up one or both of those cards. I'll be getting Khéphren myself. The only reason I'm not getting Vanja is because I got the Showtime version already. It's a good, gigantic goalie for your Italian League squad. So there's 2 cards at least I think in this pack that most people would have to agree are really good cards. But yeah, apart from that, nah, not a lot going on there. I get it. You know, we all get the deal by now. They really want to limit the amount of joy we can get out of this game without spending money. It is a business. They got to make money, but you know, I feel like they could do a little bit more to make these packs a bit more appealing and make a bit more worthwhile in terms of putting your time into the game to kind of, you know, to earn your contracts and to pick these players up. It's just all a bit meh, really, isn't it? But it is what it is. There's at least a couple in there that'll be very nice cards, I think, for a lot of people. And out of the rest, there'll still be some people who get some value out of those as well. So yeah, not the most exciting pack, but at least a couple in there I think are pretty good cards. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the pack. Hopefully you found that useful. Let me know who you're going to be using your contracts on. Let me know what you think of the pack. Be interested to know your thoughts as always. There'll be other reviews and whatnot coming up over the coming days. Like I said, the attack midfielder video as well. And I'll be looking at that new Naruto campaign thingy bob as well. So yeah, cheers for watching this one. As always, much appreciated. Enjoy the rest of your weeks. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye.